Good morning, and thank you for tuning in, Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're from, and also let me know if it's your first time watching. So let me grab my glasses. How's everybody doing today? Just waiting for a couple of comments here so I know I'm on live. So today, I decided, because everybody's always telling me they're watching me on Friday mornings in their pajamas, that I wore my pajamas. So again, hop on, let me know where you're from, and we're going to get started. Just waiting to see a few comments. Anything yet? I know they're all going to pop up at one time. There we go. Hi Sherry, hi Meg, how you doing? So I hope that everybody had a great week. And we are on to the weekend. So I have a couple of things. I'm going to flip the camera. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Hi, Maureen from New York. Let me just put that over there. So let me know if you're in your pajamas too. I don't know. I just started thinking about it. I was like, why am I getting dressed? I might as well just keep my pajamas on too. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Lori. All right, we're going to flip the camera. And good evening, Megan. Okay, so if you'd like to order from me, again, Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. And there is my email. This month, this is my host code right here. So if it's less than $150, it's an online order. You want to use that host code, okay? Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Joyce. Yes, looking comfortable. I am comfortable. Okay, so let's go over a couple of things. New catalog coming out January 5th. You can start ordering from that. With the celebration catalog, I've started, Jill's in her PJs too. All right. I've started mailing out my catalogs to my customers. If you are a customer of mine and you have ordered from me within the last 3 months, you will get this in the mail. If you are a local customer, please pick it up in the garage. It saves on a lot of postage. Okay. Oh, okay. Elizabeth's in her PJs because she's in Australia and it's 11 o'clock there. Joyce is still in bed. Yay! I love it. So again, if you are local, pick it up in the garage. If you've never ordered from me, I do send out one free catalog, and then after that, if you don't order, I do charge for the shipping, but you get that back with your first order. I also want to remind you that this catalog ends January 4th, and then the next day the new one starts. You want to order whatever you really want from here, because as of right now, we don't have the carryover list, so we're not sure what is going to be carried over, if anything. So you definitely want to get your orders in this month for this catalog. Yes, thank you. Share my videos. I love it. Okay, so you definitely want to do that. The next thing is, remember, I do my paper share every time a new catalog comes out. So here's my new paper share. Now, unfortunately, I can only do this for the US. And I will be putting this in the description. The paper share, you get 6x6 pages, 6x6 sheets. And there's usually 12 in each pack. So let me explain how that works. In the new mini catalog, or January to June, there's 9 designer series papers. Okay, so you'll get 12 each of those. Then in the celebration one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4 designer series papers. I am including all of them in my paper share, so you get 156 pieces of designer series paper. However, I have to stipulate, while supplies last. That's for the celebration, well, any of them really, but the celebrations, especially the berry blessings, I can only get or give you the ones that I have on hand. So it's while supplies last. First come, first serve. I've already had people starting signing up. Payment is needed to make sure you get it, okay? So even if you don't get all the designer series papers, right here it's 108 sheets of paper. Okay, I'd like you to use PayPal. That's my preferred way. If you use a check, you will have to wait till the check clears, which means you may not get the Celebration Designer Series paper. And also, please use family and friends on PayPal so nobody's charged for it. Again, I will have that in my description, and here is the paper share papers. Now, these will not go out until the catalog goes live, because obviously I need you to sign up by January 1st so that I can order all these papers and get them in. I can't order them until January 5th. Okay, so let's get started. So on Friday, or Monday rather, we did the Dandy Wishes, and I did the Dragonfly Garden. This morning we're going to be using the Garden Wishes. Now, I did do a last minute card, which was cut off on YouTube on Monday, so I'm going to show you that card first, because a lot of people were asking, and I apologize that they cut me off. They just don't like me. I guess I was talking too long. Here is the card, the last card that I did when it cut me off. So it's a Z-fold card. And instead of putting this piece in the middle or at the bottom, I put it at the top. And I also layered different colors, which I normally don't do. Okay, so that is the one that you missed when it so rudely cut me off. Okay, so let's get started. So here's a couple of things. With the Dandy Garden Suite, there is, besides the stamps that I just showed you and the papers, and these great, let me bring this in, these great little die cuts here. Okay, I showed you all of that, so we're not going to go over too much of that. There's also the Memories and More card kit, or cards, large and small. Okay, with some die cuts. And then these great cards, the bases and the envelopes. Look at this. Aren't they great? I love these. So you can make some quick, easy cards with these. So that's what I'm going to start with first. I'm going to show you a few samples that I did. Let me just move this out of the way. So here's the first one, and I used the card, the Memories and More card kit to do that with, okay? How dare they cut me off? I know, right? So this is one of those card bases with a just leftover piece of Bumblebee. And here's one of the smaller cards. And of course there's a little die cut of the bee. And I added the stamps and I colored some of our pearls and just made a great, quick, easy card using the Memories and More card kit that goes with this for the suite. Okay, so, and I will put, I will definitely put that on my blog and do still shots. The next one I did using this suite is here is the Designer Series paper, and here's our Seaside Spray. And if you can see this, I embossed this stamp in the white, and then I also used clear embossing powder. This is white embossing powder, clear embossing powder. You can stamp our inks, use clear embossing powder, and then get the embossed look. Okay, so this is another card that I did with it. And of course, the Designer Series paper 6x6, so that leftover strip I used for the envelope. And this right here, this little strip right here, was just a scrap of paper. And this is, again, the, let me just show you here. Where are they? These little guys right here. You get some of these things in here, and you get some labels or die cuts to stamp on. All right, so that's the next one I did. And that's a thank you card. I don't usually put, look, I put it this way. Did a little something different. That is, I don't usually put anything in the middle here because I like to write my own thank you. I'm tongue-tied this morning. I'm really tired today. I don't know, Fridays I usually am. The next one I want to show you is, again, with the Designer Series paper, layered on some coral with a piece of vellum. And then also vellum is the white embossed look here, and then cut out with the dies. This is one of those die cuts that come with the specialty paper. And all I did was I added some green coloring on that with our new brushes. Okay. Our new blending brushes. Love these. I couldn't wait. I have other ones not Stampin' Up. I couldn't wait till they got those. So there's another card for you. And again, that's a sticker. You love that one? Thank you. And then wishing you all the best. So there's another card that I did with that stamp set. And again, you can mix and match, okay? So we're going to get started with some stamping. All right, so the first one, oh, here's the next one I'm going to show you, and this is the next one we're going to do. Okay, this is another, this is a double Z fold. And you can see, I didn't show you the dies. Silly me. You know, the one, the garden, Dragonfly Garden comes with the punch. And then the Garden Wishes comes with these great dies. And I had to put them on 2 magnetic sheets because there's so many of them. Okay, so those are the dies that come with it. And here is a double Z fold that I did. Now again, here's the dies. This is one of those designer series, the papers that we get. Let me just show you this. I got everything over here. So we get these. See the dragonfly there. And again, I just used my blending brushes and did that in the Blackberry Bliss. And I layered those flowers up. And then this back here, just to show you, bring in those dies. Okay, so this flower right here is all of these pieces. This one and then layered with these guys, okay? And then this one back here is this piece. But if you can see that, that's with our glitter paper in the annual catalog. You see just a hint of color right there? So don't forget our annual catalog. That glitter paper goes really nice with everything. And then I just layered up the designer series paper. Goes like that. And of course it sits like this. Let me just flip this. So when it sits, it would sit like this. And I'm going to do that one right now in a different color. And I will give you the dimensions. So that's a double Z fold. Okay, so let's get started with that. So the first piece I have for the double Z fold, and I will put the descriptions in here. Now I usually like to use my paper trimmer to get a nice crisp edge, but it's easier with this one so I don't have to measure anything. And you know how I hate to measure. The base is 4 1/4 by 11. And to get that fold, you're just going to fold it in half. Give it a nice crisp burnishing. Okay. And then you're just going to fold that back over this way. So like I said, it's a little bit easier than measuring it. And that's for your first fold. The next piece that you're going to fold, and this is 3 by 9 3/4. And I will put the dimensions down, okay, later on. So this we're going to fold in half also. And again, we're going to fold it back again. And this actually gets glued in there opposite. It's going to go like this. And then when it opens up, that's all there is to this fold. Okay, so there's my 2 pieces. We'll put those up here. All right. Well, actually, I need this one. Then the next thing I did was I have some layering pieces. And this white one is 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to go right in there. And the nice thing about this is when you take your 6 by 6 designer series paper, you're going to cut this one at 3 3/4 by 5. You know, standard size to layer it up right there. And the leftover piece you can cut for this piece, and you'll see that in a minute. So let me grab my adhesive, and you can use whatever you want. I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal. I'm going to layer that right up here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down. It's 4:15 a.m. Sandra, thank you for tuning in that early. I know you're in your pajamas, right? We're going to layer that right in there. Okay. Now, I'm doing this one a little bit different. Let's see. I didn't cut the piece for here, so let me cut another piece because I'm getting down low on my designer series paper. So the white is, for this right here, that white piece, it's 2.5 by 4. So let me cut one of those, and then I got to grab some more paper. So they didn't grab that one. I forgot. Okay. Yes, I did forget that one. That's okay. I got it right here. So it's 2.5 by 4. We're layering it with some white. So let me go ahead and do 2.5 by 4. And when I use dark cardstock, I like to layer a little white on there so that you can see it better. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and layer that down. And then I need some more designer series paper, and since that's 2.5 by 4, we're just going to cut it a little bit smaller. So I'm not sure which one I want to use. Let's see, this is the piece. Don't want to mess this one up. That goes over here. Let's see, what should we use? Maybe the bees? How about the bees? You like the bees there? Kind of coordinating. Okay, so let's do, since that was 2.5, we're going to do this at, did I say that was 2.5? Yeah, I'm going to do this at 2.25 by 3 3/4. See how that looks. Yeah, I like that. Look at, you can see the nice little papers there. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we are going to just glue that down. Now, on my live unveiling, everybody voted for the Sand and Sea on Monday night on YouTube. So that's what I'll be showcasing then. Put my papers over here. So that's the first part of the double Z fold. You could also layer some cardstock or some designer series paper in there, but I'm not going to. Now this is going to get layered in here, but before we do, I'm going to grab a piece of white. And this piece of white, again, I'll put all the dimensions in later. This piece of white is 2 3/4 by 4.5. Let me see if I'm right. Yep, 2 3/4 by approximately 4. Oh, 4.25. I think I did this. Yeah, I say approximately because sometimes I change it up. Again, dimensions will be in there later. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to layer this down. And then I am going to layer that. Now this one, I normally would use a larger piece, but this is a leftover piece and I don't like to waste anything. And that fits perfectly in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. Hey, Perry. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then this is going to go right in here. These two pieces right here are very small, and they are, let's see what size these are going to be. These are going to be 2 by 2.5. That's where I'm actually going to do my stamping. All right, so let's bring in some colors and some stamps. Wishing you the best from all of us. How's that? We'll go with that. Here's wishing you the best. And there's a little one that says from all of us. And I'm also going to bring in, let's see, what color do I want? I guess I'll do the yellow because it's a lighter color. I'm going to bring in those cute little dragonflies. Now I am going to stamp off and have some color here. Stamp off. and have some color there. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my Blackberry Bliss. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I can't wait to see what I'm going to do with that sand and sea either. Wishing you the best from all of us. I'll just put these over here so I don't get my hands all over them. Put that over there. Okay, and I'm just going to glue those down. This is a great fun fold and not hard to do. But wait till you see what else I'm going to do with it. Okay. Okay. So now I would glue that right in here. Now the way I glue it down is I don't try to glue it this way. I put the glue on, and you'll see, I put the glue on these first and then lay it down. But before I do that, let's see, well, I guess I can do that first. Okay, so what I mean is I fold it in half like this. You know that you only need a little adhesive on this side for here, and then a little bit here for that Z fold, right? Okay. I keep it pressed together and I lay it down here in the middle so that I know it's going to fold right. There you go. I got glue on my fingers here. So I know that's going to fold right now. Okay, now to layer this up. Let me bring in the pieces. I've already cut these because Friday mornings are, you know, I got to work. Here's some of the die cuts that I did. So I'm not sure which ones I'm using yet, but let me show you something that I did, and we're going to play with this. These are the pearlized papers, okay, from the Sand and Sea. And I'm going to color those. So let me grab a piece of, let me just grab a piece of scrap paper. So I can do that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my blending brushes. And let's see how this comes out. I haven't done it yet. So I am going to, let's see, let's coordinate some of these colors. This will be green. And I think this will be the Blackberry Bliss. So let's start with the Blackberry Bliss. These are very small pieces, so we'll see how it's going to come out, okay? And I'm just going to color. You see what happens when you do that? Look, you get this great stencil look. Okay, so we're just going to do a little of that. And now I've got the Blackberry Bliss, and it's shiny. And you can see part of it's dark, part of it's light. If you want it darker, just go ahead and add some more color. Okay, so I'm going to do these up too. There's 3 other sizes. And you do have to hold it down. You could use a little glue dot to hold it down too if you wanted to. It dries really fast. Oh, it looks so nice because it's got that pearlized effect. That's going to go right up here. Let's do another one. I love these blending brushes. So I don't do one for every color, but I do keep, like this one would be for purples because look, it dries, it cleans off so quick. Well, this one's dark, but okay. So now I have all these cute little pieces that are pearlized. All right. And then I'm going to bring in a green. Let's see. I didn't do a green one yet. Okay, so this one's going to be for green. Haven't used this one yet. I'm going to bring in Mellow Moss. And I'm just going to grab that from the outside because I just re-inked that. As a matter of fact, let me grab my other one. I just re-inked this one. It's got too much color on it. And that's going to be for the stem. I'm just adding some color here. And now you can see I made 2-tone. Bring in the 2 dies here of stems. Oh, I love this paper. This is not in the paper with the paper share, by the way. This isn't. The foil papers aren't. I will put the list of everything. It's the designer series paper. Okay. So now I've got these great, look how shiny they are. And then I have this one. And let's see. So I'm going to be layering this up. Yes, I am going to have to be cutting it off. And these pieces would go here. So I'm thinking the one in the back. Let's do that in blue. Okay, let's do that in the Misty Moonlight. You do want to do it a little gentle because you can even dot it, because I should have done that in green, but that's okay. It's going to be kind of hidden, so just have a little bit of color there. Oh, wow. I like that. Okay, put these over here before I get my hands in them. And let's layer that up and see what it's going to look like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is bring in some dimensionals. This one's going to lay down flat. I'm not going to cut that off yet, but I will. I'm going to bring in my little mat here. Could use your detailed glue or your Tombow if you wanted to, but I have my mat right there, so I'm just going to lay that right there. I'm going to bring this one in. That's going to go right on top, so I don't really need glue there because I'm going to use dimensionals. So I am going to pop the dimensional on here. It's over here for a minute. And then I've got all these fun little pieces, so let's just layer those up with dimensionals. Love this pearl paper. You could actually make these all different colors too if you wanted to, but I'm going to layer them up all together. When you use the clear embossing powder, do you stamp with ink and then... No. Okay, so the clear embossing powder, if you're going to use colored embossing powder, you use the Versamark. You can use regular ink, and then stamp with the regular ink and then pour clear embossing powder over that. That's what's so cool about it. Okay, I don't have a mini dimensional, so I'm just going to cut off a little side piece here. And put that one on here. So really a nice three-dimensional card there. Good morning, Deborah. Hi, Denise. Okay. So yeah, now I know I definitely want to cut these off. And I'm going to cut them off at an angle. Okay. And did I just throw my... Where's my other leaf? Oh, there it is. Okay. So the leaves, I am going to go ahead and just decide where I want those. Maybe a little bit closer. How about like that? Okay, and again, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat because these are going to go flat. And if I had my Tombow, I'd probably use that, but silicone mat you got to have. Another thing you need to have. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. And then this. Oh, thank you, Denise. Okay, we're going to put that right here. Alright. Okay. So, I have this little piece of cardstock that was left over from when I trimmed my white. We are probably going to still trim that, but let me grab, this one's going to be, let's see, wishing you the best from all of us. So, let's see. We are going to put, okay, your acts of kindness. I think this one's not wide enough. Need one a little bit wider. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I think I'll change this up a little bit. Okay. I just want to make sure the saying is there. You are an inspiration, wishing you all the best from all of us. Yep, I like that. So I'm going to bring in our pre-cut die cuts. Okay. I am going to bring in this saying. And this one is actually from the Dragonflies. You are an inspiration. You're all an inspiration to me. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in the Blackberry Bliss. Pop that off. And it's sticky, but I want it to, see, it's sticky already, but I want it to stand up. I want it popped up. So, whoop, I'm going to add some of my dimensional. Okay, and I'm just going to grab that piece. Even though that's already sticky on that side, I want this to pop up, so I'm going to add that. Okay, it's sticking all over my fingers here. I still use a regular envelope. It fits in a regular envelope. And if it's too thick, sometimes you may have to put a little extra postage on it. Be honest with you, I usually just take it to the post office and send it that way. Okay, so here's, let me put these pieces back before I lose them. Okay, so here we have what it looks like so far, right? Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I want to do another dragonfly. So let me bring this in. So remember these little cutouts. There's a dragonfly. And I'm going to color this one. And I think I'll do this in yellow. Make it pop out more. Let's see. This is in the bumblebee. The cool thing is, depending on how you color it, some of it's light and dark really gives it a nice effect. Okay, we're going to pop that off. And we are going to put that right here. Actually, I put it right there. So I just need a little glue for that. And since my Tombo's not here, I'm going to grab my detailed glue. Add a little detailed glue to it. Ooh, I'm not in camera, am I? There we go. So I just added some detailed glue to that. Make sure that you close this up right away. I usually use my finger here to hold that in place so that I can get that right back in there. Okay. Put that right here. Then I'm going to finish it off with some, are you ready? The new Pastel Pearls. New Pastel Pearls. Yes, this all is available to customers January 5th. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Pastel Pearls. These are the new ones. And get my, take your pick tool. Let's see, what color should I use? I think the darker purple will really make that pop. Oh yeah. And then we'll use some lighter ones maybe. Nope. I like the darker ones. The darker ones show up, I think. We're just going to add a few of those. What do you think? You could do that with the scrap paper. Oh yeah, you could do all of this with scrap. Look at that. Now somebody asked me about the envelope, so let me just show you. Here's a regular envelope, which I will decorate. And it does fit in here. It's just a little puffy, so you may have to add a little extra postage. So there's a double Z fold. Here, I'll bring it up closer. Look at that. Look at the shimmer in that. And I could also add maybe another one here. Okay, so that's the double Z fold. Now, I want to show you something else that I haven't done yet, but we're gonna, let's see, how much time do I have? Oh, good, I got time. Okay, so, see this right here? Okay, you could see that it almost looks like stenciling. So let me show you, when I was doing the other card, which was, not sure which card it was here. Where is my other card? Well, whichever one it was. Oh, yes, it was the Z fold. Here you go. Okay, so when I was coloring in these pieces, okay, I did it on this paper. So you could see I was coloring them, and look what I ended up with. A stencil. So then I decided, well, let me cut some cardstock and see what I can do with that. So this is Seaside Spray. I can layer that right up here. I don't know that I'm going to finish it, but I just want to show you that you can use that as your stencil. Take a piece of Misty Moonlight. And we are going to layer that right up here. And then here I have another one of those die cuts. I started coloring it. You see what I can do here? So I can make it look like, let's do some coloring. Make it look like a background. So I'm just going to do some coloring with these brushes. See how this comes out. I'm really just playing here. All right, let's grab the green. So I guess this is my card on the fly because I have no idea how it's going to come out. We'll do some, not that one. We'll do some leaves. Just adding a little bit of color, not a lot. Well, some places are getting a lot, but that's okay. Alright, and then I want to add a little bit of yellow, I think. And maybe add some yellow up here. Just be gentle with these pieces, okay? Okay, well, let's see how this works. No idea how it's going to come out, but let's see. So now I have this, it's all different colors. And I can lay that right on top. I think I might even do it at an angle just to give it a little bit of a different look. Look at that. Okay, so now because this is so small, I'm going to grab my detailed glue and just, there it goes. Add some glue around here. Can even dot it. Just a little glue. You don't want a lot. And anywhere that there's wider pieces, I'm going to add some glue. This is fun. I love playing and stamping with you on Friday mornings, even though I have to go to work after this. Okay, again, I'm just going to close this up before. See, I hold my finger right here, and then it helps guide it, usually, in here. Of course, now that I said that, I can't get it back in there. There we go. Okay, so I am going to lift this up. I thought it looked good at an angle too, so we're going to go with the angle. Flip it over. Put that right on here. Take take a little piece of white and see if that's, I need something a little bit wider, I think. So I may, let's see, do I have a wider piece here? No, they're all the same size. Oh, well, let's just use one of these again. I want this as a thank you. So let's go with the Blackberry Bliss and see if it fits in the yellow. Not a big deal. I'll just grab something else. Thank you for your kindness. You need a darker color. Yep. Fits perfect. Put that right there. Ooh, I'm liking that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in those pearls again. And I am going to grab maybe some lighter ones this time. Come on. And grab a piece of white for the inside. See if this is cut down the right size. It is a little bit bigger than I normally use it, so let me grab another piece that I have already cut maybe. Yeah, this one looks like the right size. I have pre-cut ones, different sizes. I'm not sure what I grabbed. Okay, so that one will go in there. And let's just do one of the, since it's a thank you card, I'm just going to use that on the corner there. So again, this is the dragonfly one. Oh, thank you, Angie. Okay, so there's a real card on the fly. Okay, how much time I got? Ooh, I still have more time. Okay, so there, again, this is just the piece of cardstock that I used while I was coloring everything, and now I made a background. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's play with one more. So I'm going to bring in some pieces here. That was my card on the fly. That one I wasn't. Here, let me show you the one we're going to play with now. Okay, so this one is pretty cute too, I think. Just a quick, easy card. Look at that. Okay, so let me show you how I did that one. All right, so you're going to take a regular quarter sheet of cardstock. That's your base. Then this piece right here, okay, is 8 by 5 1/4. So it's just a tad smaller. We're going to fold that in half. And you see it lines up. It fits right in there. Okay? All right. I'm going to bring in my 1.5 inch circle punch. And over this side, I'm going to bring it in. You can push it all the way in and pop that out. So you have this circle. I'm going to bring in this stamp. And I'm going to bring in the Mossy Meadow. Now, I do want to make sure that this one's inked up enough. My Mossy Meadow, for some reason, keeps drying out. Let me just see. This is going to be too dark. Yeah. Okay, so we're going with this one. That's really messy. So let me fold this in half, this piece. And I am going to just go over to the corner here and stamp that down. It's a little dark. Didn't want it quite that dark right there, but we'll fix that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my little dragonflies. And let's see, we'll use the Blackberry Bliss. And I just made that inside, so that's going to cover there. I got that a little darker than I wanted, but we'll fix that in a second. Okay, so now I have this strip left over. And I'm just going to cut that down to 1 inch wide. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe I used the bees. What do you think? I got a bee right here. The bees are kind of cute. Which one? Yeah, but I like the dragonflies. I'm going with the dragonflies. Okay, so I only want this approximately 1 inch wide. And of course now I can make a second one. And this has to be by. Have to make sure that it's not too long. So remember, this is for, what is this? This is 5 1/4, so this piece has to be 5 1/4 also. Oh, you're having problems with the Mossy Meadow too. Yeah, that made it really messy. Oh, I don't like that at all. Wait a minute. You see, I messed it up. That's okay. We're going to grab another piece of white. That one is just too dark and messy. So we're going to cut this down to 5 1/4. It was just too, that's the one. Let me close it up. I just re-inked it and it didn't soak in enough. So we're not using that one. And we're going to do this at 8. I'm going to do this at 8 inches. And this should be 5 1/4. Yep. Okay. We're going to do it again. And then we're going to fold it. The difference is I have thicker cardstock here, but that's still okay. Okay. Bring in my punch. And bring in my other Mossy Meadow. I would change the color, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to clean this because it's too messy. It's too messy, too messy. And now use this one. It'll be a little lighter, but that's okay too. There we go. Okay. I'll put that over here. Bring in those little guys here. Okay. So it'll look like that. There's my strip. Yeah, that's the one I cut. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down. Actually, there's a little bee. She was saying I could fussy cut it. I could, but I don't really have to, and I'll show you why. Okay, so that's what the card's going to look like closed. Well, not quite, but and then you open it up, okay? So in here, we're going to use the thank you. Let me do that first. I'm going to do thank you for your kindness. All right. And then I'm going to put let's see. Made with love for a true friend, thank you for your kindness. Okay, now that I inked up pretty dark, I'm going to push that right there so you can see that it goes over the light green. That's why I didn't care if it was too light. All right. Now this I've already done. I've already done in the vellum. I'm going to bring in just 2 colors here. On the back side, I am going to take my Blackberry Bliss. Do a little coloring with my blends. Whoop, need the nubby end. Just blend that up. You want to let the vellum dry just a tad with the dark color, otherwise it does, you really can't see the difference. Okay, and then just for time's sake, I'm just going to use the dark Mango Melody, okay? Or is this the light one? No, this is dark, okay. It's going to be a very light color anyway. I'm just not going to use the light. I'm going to just use the dark. Okay. I'm going to bring in my punch right here. I'm going to punch that out. I don't even know if I like that color, but we'll see. Oop. Okay, I need to trim this just a hair so I can get that in there. Oh, thank you, Perry. Thank you. That's the one I want to use. Now, I can cut, see, I cut this out with the paper. And here's one with vellum. The reason I wanted a vellum one is because I can put that one here, and when you open it, you can still see the inside of the dragonfly. This one you can't, so let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'll bring in that punch again. I'm just going to cut around this. So I got the blue one, right? So when I put that in here, I've got to use my little cheat thing. So the way I cheat is I'll grab a little snail or a little adhesive, put that right there. Put a guide on my paper like that so that I can put that in here and get it where I want it. Get that out of there. So that helps me guide it in here and hold on to it. There we go. Okay. Punch that one out. Okay, so I got one vellum and one not. So if I were to use this one and put it here, when you open it up, you would see this. So I don't want that. So I want this. So that when I open it up, I still see a little of the vellum. I don't have my, I'm going to have to use my adhesive. I don't have my glue dots here. Really want glue dots, but for now we'll just put a little adhesive on here. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right here. So you see when it's closed, it looks like it's in the flower. But when you open it, you still have that nice image. This one, I can go ahead and put right here. Or maybe I'll put it right here. I think I'll put it right here. That one I'm going to use dimensionals. Whoop, not in camera view, sorry. This one I'm going to use dimensionals. I'm going to put that one like right here. Okay, so you see how those go together. And then somebody was mentioning the bee. Yes, there's a little bee stamp right here. And it does have a die, but for time's sake, I'm just going to go to the Memories and More die pieces right here and use that one. And then inside here, let's see. I'm going to put the little bee. How about right in the middle? Yeah, look. Looks like it's right in the middle of the flower. When you open it up, it's still there. Okay, what do you think? All right, so now that that's all done, we're going to grab our base, which I've already lost. Oh, there it is. We're going to grab our base. I'm going to flip that around. glue that down. And just lay it on the base of the card. Okay. And there you have it. Another quick, easy card. When you close it, you can see all this, but when you open it, it looks like that. Thank you, Janelle. And of course, let's grab some doodads. So again, I'm using the pearlized new ones. So we'll stick with those. And for this one, let's do, we haven't used the pink ones, so let's use the pink ones here. I'm going to change this. I don't have any stuff to hold it down there. And let's put one more right there. Okay? So there you have another card. Okay, so let me bring them in real quick, and then I got to hop off and get to work. So there's the two, and I will have still shots on my blog, stampersdelight.com. Here are the two Z-folds. Here is the card on the fly. And then the other cards are the ones that I did the vellum. And the other embossed card. The Memories and More card kit card. And of course, this was the one that I was working on YouTube Monday night. I hope you really enjoyed your cards this morning. I enjoyed being with you. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will be back here on Monday night YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? I will put all the descriptions and everything, including the paper share, later on. So thank you again for all tuning in. Again, have a great weekend. See you Monday night. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.